Yeah, we about to go in. New media shit. 2019, and we back. Make sure y'all smash the like button. YouTube, you hating. They be hating. We waiting for that drop. Just like we wait for them checks, but we don't wait too long. Money keep coming in. Oh no, not again. Hey. Hey. Let's get it. Let's do a Boxingego roll call. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? Gang, gang. We about to talk this boxing shit on that 101. Hey, hey. We about to talk this boxing shit. That's that 101. Hey, hey. Shout out to DMV. We in here. We're feeling good, feeling great. 2019 shit. Shout out to CPT. Hub City. California. Hercules. I told you, California, we in here deep. Hey, hey. I am the Stream King. Don't you never forget that. Eagle Valley the Dawn. And once again, it's on. Hey, I don't know what YouTube is doing, but it says we have 16 watchers. They not sending out notifications. I got one of the livest. Actually, fuck that. I made a mistake. I got the livest live stream in the boxing niche. They not sending out no. I think, I don't know if they don't know what I'm gonna say, so they like trying to make sure not everyone sees it. I don't know. I ain't quite figured it out. But fuck it. Hey, we about to do what we do. We don't let no man, woman, dog, entity, business, company stop what we doing. And don't you never forget that. Shout out to Australia, Oakland. Maya said I didn't get a notification. I just stumbled upon it. That's what I'm saying. And they know we hot. So I don't understand what's going on. Real Brother 32, a regular, said they didn't send me a notification. That's what I'm saying. What's the point? If people just gotta guess when I'm on. You know what I'm saying? You know, Eagles Army, they want that information right there in front of your face. Hey. Fuck with me and get some money. Hey, hey. I said fuck with me and get some money. Yeah. We about to do what we do. 2019. Summer 19 is gonna be a surgical summer yet again. Eagle got the scoop. I'm like Baskin Robbins, you know I got the scoop. You know what that is, man. What's your favorite Baskin? I used to work at Baskin Robbins. Look at me now. Look at me. Real shit. That's the only food, like I never worked at like a fast food place, but Baskin Robbins is my only food industry job. Worst job I ever had. Hey, hey. I said the worst job I ever had. Hey, hey. Bro, the customers were so mean. You wouldn't think that. You think like ice cream, people smile and bring their kids, and that shit farthest from the truth. Worst job I ever fucking had. They treated like people like shit. I got cussed out my first day. True story. Swear to God, man. I got cussed out at Baskin Robbins. She wanted it. I remember it to this day. She wanted a cappuccino blast. And she was like, I want more. She was like big, you know, big boned. I don't know. Are you allowed to say that now? You know, YouTube trying to screen everything. But anyway, we'll just say portly. Big bone. Can I say portly? Anyway, she wanted a large cappuccino. And I'm reading because they had the recipe taped, like right where you scoop the ice cream. Because I'm new. You know, it's my first day. No training. They didn't really fucking train me and shit. So, I was like 15, 16. When I got this job. Anyway, I'm looking at the recipe. It says 2 scoops of ice cream. So I did that. 2 scoops, 1, put it in the blender, 2, put it in the blender. And then it said like whatever, 2 squirts, pumps of the syrup. Like I'm reading the recipe and shit, going by it. And she was like, that's all the ice cream you're gonna give me? What the fuck? Like she's like started like, and then she just from that point she started wigging out. I want more syrup. This must be your first day. Fat bitch, you know. She know about all the bootleg snacks. She talking about hostess. They got a new Twinkie coming out. Like, yeah, she was like, come on, bro. She like, can you cut me some slack? She was so rude. And she just started like yelling, what are you doing? Are you new? Fat bitch said hostess got a new coming out. Cupcake coming out. Bad motherfucker, you bite down glitter shoot in your mouth. Like, damn, bro. But anyway, now we do what we want. See, you gotta pay the boss or pay the cost to be the boss. That's how the saying goes. And we here now. I should have been like, motherfucker, I'm TB Ego, but it wasn't TB Ego. You know, at that time. Actually, I've always been TB Ego. Fuck that. But I should have told her that. Anyway, you guys seen the title. You clicked on the damn video. Smash the like button. We working. Sergey Kovalev fights this weekend. Rematch. He lost the first fight with the leader Alvarez. He's done, I'm just going to paraphrase. He's done recent interviews and Kovalev is trying to say that Alvarez somehow lucked out and was landing lucky punches and it was a mistake or an accident. Yo, I'm about done with it. You know, I respect fighters for lacing them up, but you also, it gets to a point where you have to have sportsman-like behavior for people to respect that other part of it. And when it comes to Kovalev, it's just he seems like a poor sport, bro. He seems like in denial. Like, just admit it, you lost. You got knocked. Didn't he get knocked down like 3 times? See, I was in New York covering another fight, so I've only seen the fight bits and pieces. I never watched it from start to finish because Joey Spencer, Berto, it was Berto, Devin Alexander, and my dude Kid Chocolate versus J. Leon Love. I was at that card, you know, in New York when that Kovalev fight happened. So, you know, I never got to watch it from start to finish. I just seen, you know, rounds, like, but not from start to finish. I just seen highlights, if you will. But anyway, he got knocked down like 3 times and he's still talking about it's somebody else's fault. What? Yeah, that memory's crazy. Someone said Ego knows boxing. Yeah, my memory's crazy. But see, I know I talked to Joey Spencer and we found out together because he just fought on that card. So that's how it puts everything in perspective. I have these little like breadcrumbs, if you will, and it helps me remember stuff. And I remember me and Joey Spencer were watching the Kovalev knockout and we're like, wow, because he used to train in Andre Ward's gym. You get what I'm saying? So he was there for the whole 1 and 2. Like, he was a student of the game. He hadn't turned pro yet. So Joey Spencer, you know, this all clicks. Joey Spencer, you know, kind of studied under Andre Ward to see, you know, is one of his favorite fighters. And he got to see the inner workings of boxing in a fight week and stuff. That's why Joey Spencer is so ready for the moment right now. Shout out to the Spencers. You know, that's why they're ready right now, because they got, you know, to get to see Amir Khan in camp mode, to see Andre Berto in camp mode. And I'm not saying because they were doing this before they met them, but what I'm saying is it helps getting to see the experience. Like, if you have any nerves, you can kind of vicariously live through Andre Ward's fight weeks or whatever and see how he handles it, a guy, a seasoned professional. But anyway, I just remember these little things. Anyway, Kovalev, he just won't, I have never heard him take any type of L or lose anything where he just did it gracefully, where he's just like, oh yeah, no, my training is my fault and I should have hit him and use my jab. Like, I've never heard him say anything like that. Yeah, Joey Spencer got hands for sure. I never heard him say anything like, just remove yourself. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, everybody has taken some type of L in life. It don't matter if you're undefeated as a fighter. You, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, me, Floyd, everybody undefeated. You know, Tyson Fury. We know Tyson Fury, some of his L's have been public, you know. Everybody takes an L in life. There's nobody that lived a life worth living that ain't took no L in no capacity, you know. So it's okay, just come correct. But Kovalev don't want to do that. It seems to be, he, like the Ward fight, He loses. Son of judges. All right, cool. Son of judges. Even though that was some bullshit, because all 3 judges had it for Ward by 1 round. And that's why I never understood this robbery bullshit. Nobody had it for Dre Ward wide. The 3 judges scored it for Andre Ward, yes, but by 1 round. 1 fucking round. That's realistic. Canelo be having scorecards that anybody who watched the fight be like, what the fuck? Where you get that from? You know? Keith Thurman's scorecard was more like auspicious, you know, than Ward Kovalev. They had it to him by 1 round. That means you barely, no, I'm not gonna say barely, but you won it by a small margin. And he said child support is my biggest L. I'm done. That yeah, that's a L. Child support don't play. They will find where you work and garnish your shit. But anyway, yeah, I just never see Kovalev take the fade and just learn and grow from it. It's always like somebody else's fault. He said it was son of judges, and when he lost the award, it was son of judges. He blamed John David Jackson, says he wasn't training him or hard to work with. David Jackson wasn't giving him no corner advice. He blamed Tony Weeks in the rematch, saying it was a premature stoppage and he got hit low. He blamed overtraining. He says he gave Ward too much credit and respect in the first fight, and it you know, he overtrained for it. Then he lost to Ward again. So what, you undertrained now? You know, it's just always something. Now Alida Alvarez, everyone's like, oh damn, Kovalev got beat. You know, there's definitely no controversy there, right? And he still says something. He said, oh, it was an accident. Then this chick saying you punched her in the grill and shit, and you saying that was a mistake. Like he'll probably blame the Uber driver for that punching the woman in the face shit. Like, yeah, the Uber driver shouldn't have dropped me off at her house. Like, you're blaming the Uber driver because you punched a chick in the face, allegedly. And I'll say allegedly. I'll give him that, just off the strength of, you know, I haven't heard. I don't know who she is. Like, I mean, I've seen her, but I don't know her. So I don't know if her story is true. But, you know, I wouldn't put it past Kovalev at this point that he'll blame somebody for punching the chick. You know, and she's saying you kicked her dog Baxter, like Baxter and Anchorman, like just blame somebody on that. Oh, you shouldn't have pets. Like what? You shouldn't break into someone's house. Like you can't just go around blaming people. You know, you blame the Uber driver for taking you to her house. You blame the dog for, you know, allegedly like trying to stop you, an intruder in the household. Like what? And then now you're saying Alida Alvarez didn't really beat you. You beat yourself, and it was a whatever, a lucky punch and accident. That just sounds crazy. You know, it makes you respect legends like Pacquiao, because to my knowledge, Pacquiao has made some excuses. Don't get it twisted. But like one of his biggest L's, the Juan Manuel Marquez knockout, I don't really remember him saying too much. He just kind of ate that one. You know, he kind of just ate that L. I didn't hear Pacquiao, I want to blame MGM because they shine a strobe light in my eye. And Marquez, he hit me at the same time. So I would like to blame the MGM. The DJ, he caused me to get knocked out in round 5. I mean round 6. Whenever Marquez knocked me out, like you didn't really hear Pacquiao do that. But Kovalev going he gonna take it to the oh yeah, he did with the Mayweather. Yeah, he made an excuse for Mayweather. I believe me and Preddy, my shoulder, I went to punch, and the salt water I don't have. Hard not to accept that defeat. Not really. He could have made an excuse like I got careless, and no, he got knocked the fuck out, true, but he could have been like, oh, I got careless, I was beating his ass, or you know, said something like that. you know, just to be prideful. You know, there's no limits to pride if you want to be prideful. So it's no, he could have said something. He could have just been like, oh, I beat myself or some stupid shit. You know, I beat myself because I got careless. Hey, Jim, that was probably in all of his 45 years of commentary, that fight was probably some of his dumbest commentary, especially when he was like, oh, will he get up, or whatever he said. Roy Jones instantly told you, hell no, he's not getting up, Jim. Like, he's not getting up, Jim. Bro, everybody in America, Mexico, the Philippines, Italy, Bucharest, Australia, crikey, Norway, Wales, Colombia, Medellin, they all knew that Pacquiao wasn't getting up. All those people that I just listed, you know, people in Switzerland, Sweden, Badu Jack and his relative, everybody who watched that knew that Pacquiao wasn't going to get up from that. But somehow, some way, Jim Lampley made it sound like Pacquiao had a choice to get up from that. Hey, I like Roy a real one. Roy, he one of them ones, because if you watch that back, don't take my word for it. That Marquez round 6, Roy is one of them ones, because the hood be coming out. You know, it's when you least expect it, and to the untrained ear, you might miss it. Go watch that fight again and listen to Pacquiao get knocked out, and the hood just explodes out of Roy. He was like, oh, like, that's all he did. He just said, that's what people do, like in like street fight. Oh, like Roy took it there on national TV on pay-per-view. Marquez, go. I am not lying. Go listen to Roy. When Pacquiao got slapped, he said, "Oh," like this was that's how we used to be at like at the lunch, like at lunch in high school and shit, when the fight would break out and then the first person starts swinging, like, oh. Go listen to that boy Roy. That shit, he was like, oh. This is how Roy sounded like when Marquez hit him. This is Roy. Hold on, listen. Expose him. Expose him. Yo, want me to play it again? Hold on. I got to cut the beat. Hold on. I gotta cut the beat. Shut up. Listen. I gotta cut the beat for this. Hold on. This is Roy. When Marquez just and then hit him with that right. This is Roy. Expose him. Expose him. Oh. Why did Roy do that? Just go watch it. It's the 4th fight. Why would you ask what fight it was when Pacquiao only got knocked out in one of the fights? See, somebody got to study their boxing. We're talking about Pacquiao getting slept, and he only got slept in one of the fights, and you asking what fight it was. See, that means you're not familiar with the Marquez and Pacquiao saga, because you would know he only got dropped or slept in one fight, and that was the final fight. So you could have answered your own question. But hey, it is what it is, because the Stone Cold ego said so. I don't have smoke, so god damn, I sprayed too much of that Lysol shit. Oh my god, I'm gonna throw up. Oh, oh my gosh, there's particles everywhere. I sprayed too much of this shit. I was trying to, that was supposed to be like smoke, but that, fuck. Man, this shit powerful. Fuck. Kills 99% of 99% of the germs. Fuck, it's about to kill me too. What the fuck? Hey, Walmart be tripping. Why would they put that on the shelf? Damn, he hit us with that Craig's Pops. Every time I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen. eating up all the goddamn. Spray the casuals away. I know we need that Raid for. No, I can't spray like this simple disinfectant. I need Raid for the casuals because there's some fucking rats, rodents, and roaches, and vermin. We got to get, you know, the Orkin man. We need real pesticides, and we got to get rid of them. They like termite. They know I'm sharper than termite teeth. Let's get it. We having a good year already. But anyway, yeah, listen to that when Pacquiao got knocked out. Roy was like, oh, that shit was funny. Man, we ain't fucking with these vermin, bro. 2019. This is our world. We run boxing. Ego's army. Let's get it. Back to Kovalev. Just at the end of the day, I don't like how he accepts losses because he doesn't accept them. So, gun in my head right now, I'm picking the leader Alvarez for the rematch, and I think he's probably gonna stop him again. Maybe around the round it happened the first time, or at, you know, maybe about 2 to 3 rounds sooner than the first fight. And see, the worst part about it is, it's like the boy who cried wolf. What do you do when you really need the excuse? No one's gonna believe you. Like Kovalev, listen, like I'm telling you. Hold on. We gotta smell manly. Put our beard oil on. See, y'all gotta. Women like this. Look, you gotta have your fingernails clean. A lot of y'all don't have clean fingernails. You got them dingy, dirty, wolf ass fingernails. You get me? Hey, shooters, clap that boy. He said I'm a sore loser, but I haven't lost.
Finish him.
Shooters, clap that man in the comment section. He ain't getting away.
Expose him! Expose him!
Expose him. Bow. Rockabye, baby. Got him. That just goes to show you, it's like a popping club. Everybody want to get in. The trolls, they can't stand to be away. And the dumb thing about the trolls is it's just too much work for me. You know, we have a system in place, so you know you're not getting past the shooters. So all you had to do is just shut up and just listen. You could just be in here. But they always have to run off at the mouth, say something crazy. Then my shooters see them, spot them, I got them. Then they shot him, and then now you got to build another account when you could just be in the stream chilling, you know, like everyone else. But to each his own. You dig? I spot him, I got him. He got double clapped. That's what I'm saying. The shooters is getting so efficient. We got trigger happy for a minute, but I think we back sharp. You know, I told you we sharper than termite teeth. But yeah, these dudes be saying whatever. I said Kovalev is a sore loser. He said I'm a sore loser. But what loss are we talking about? What did I lose? You know, I'm not even competing with anything. See how stupid it is? Like, these dudes really just say whatever. You're a sore loser too, ego. But what did I lose? Life is grand. We just working. Anywho, I would like to see Kovalev take the loss maturely. But anyway, my thing is this: what do you do if he loses? People are gonna be like, it's over. It's over, Doza. If he loses again, you got this court case, so who knows what your frame of mind is gonna be like pending the outcome of that. But if you lose again, it's like this is a real crossroads do or die fight, and it gets to the point where it's made worse by your behavior, you know, like if you just don't. That's why Floyd Mayweather, he did it the best way, because he trash talk, but he also had the skills to back it up, and nobody's been able to shut him up. So at the end of the day, he has the winning formula because he's been able to back it up. He'd be like, yeah, I talk the most shit, and then he's successful, and he's not having these like horrible performances where people are like, ah ha ha. That's what people get in the game wrong. People do the trash talking to get that part down, but they don't hone their skill and have the part with all around skill, so they get exposed or, you know, lose or whatever, and now they stuck with all the trash talk they did beforehand, and at the end of the day it's not beneficial. It makes it look worse to the fans. So, you know, you're better off in defeat, seeing where you messed up and then trying to come back stronger. But and then people would understand it and respect it more. Like Kovalev, the way he's like, I really feel like this is like a must win for him. I really feel that way. Ego Dante's Boxing Nation said Tank will put Pacquiao to sleep. What do you think about that? I don't really think anything. That's his opinion. I just talked to him a couple of days ago on something unrelated. Shout out to him. That's his opinion. I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. People be like, "Oh, Ego just blocks people when they disagree." That's not the case, because I don't know that I agree with that statement. I think it'll be a good fight. It'll be a sellable fight. I don't know that Tank will sleep Pacquiao. You know, Tank fights at 130. Pacquiao's been fighting at 147. So I don't know that. And I never heard him say that. So I can't even corroborate that he said that. I'm just going off of your word for it. But I think it'll be a good fight. I don't know. I would have to have more detail. Like, because it doesn't even sound like a fight that would happen. Tank is fighting his next fight next week at 130. Pacquiao fights at 147. We're talking, that's 17 pounds. So what fight weight would this be? When is the time? You know, so I can't really say yay or nay if I don't even know the parameters. See, this is why I don't like doing fantasy fights that aren't likely, because it's just a waste of time. I ain't heard Leonard Ellerby or nobody talk about no Pacquiao. I mean, Tank, I seen that he tweeted that he want the Pacquiao fight, but I ain't seen nothing in motion, so I'm not gonna spend too much time dwelling on it. But you know, everyone has an opinion on what would happen. That's why we watch it. He said, yeah, when did DBN say that? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know that he did say it. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not like some of y'all, no offense. I don't just sit around and have time. Like, I'm in my own zone. I'm trying to, it's different when you're trying to feed an audience with content versus you are the audience. You know, I'm not the audience anymore. This is what I do. I'm trying to strategize my own stuff, so I don't get to see every second of everyone's video and stuff like that. I don't even really, I watch Dante, that's folks, but a lot of most of these other guys, I don't really watch that many channels. There's not really any channel that I watch like routinely in boxing. I'm just doing my own thing, bro. You know, everyone wants to talk about just different stuff. I'm just in my own lane. Arthur Better BELOEW is a dark horse in the division. I don't know, because the Calum, what's his name, Smith or Johnson? I forget. I always get him confused. But anyway, the one he just fought, he didn't look that great. He got the job done, but he got knocked down too. So he has power, but you know, he look. If you can deal with that, it's just 175. They got killers. There's no, especially, you know, I wish Adonis Stevenson a speedy recovery. There is no clear victor at 175. Vodstick looks good. Anthony Yard looks good. Better Bevo, but there's nobody that is dominating. You know, Badu Jack just lost, so I would say his resume would be up there, but then he just lost to Marcus Brown. Marcus Brown's looking good, you know. But you can't say, bro, there's no guy that's clearly ahead of the pack in that division, because the best guys haven't fought. You know, some of them have, like Badu Jack and Marcus Brown, but they never mixed it up. You know, Adonis Stevenson and Vodstick fought. That's good. You know, 2 Al Heyman cards. But they say Al Heyman does cherry picks. But the best light heavyweight fights have been with Al Heyman. I mean, unless you could think of like a more meaningful light heavyweight fight recently, you know, in the last 8 months, then on paper than Marcus Brown and Badu Jack and Adonis and Vodstick. So yeah, man, they all gotta, like, Bevo versus Vodstick, who wins? Bevo versus Better Biev, who wins? Anthony Yard step up to like a Marcus Brown, who win? You know, we have to see it. You can't just see, this is what's wrong. This is what's wrong with boxing. People want to just forecast and with no credentials and pick who's the best without seeing it. You know, and I do that. We all do it, I would say, to a degree. Like I told y'all, Errol Spence was, in my opinion, one of the top. I said he was the top guy at welterweight before Crawford was there. Now I have them 1A, 1B at welterweight. So there's a little forecasting there, but it is based on a whole slew of things. Not only the fights that he was fighting, but I know stuff like gym stuff. Like, you know, I heard detailed stuff like on the record, off the record, about his sparring with Floyd Mayweather from trusted sources. I got good sources in this game, and they told me little stuff. And it's not just his. Errol Spence has been around. Like, he sparred with Jose Benavidez and different stuff. I've heard stories. I've heard a lot of stories. So, you know, there's a little bit of forecasting, but you guys forecast crazy. You know, like Errol Spence, I can understand people getting behind him and putting your money behind him and just being like, oh, that's the boy, you know, or Terrence Crawford. Same goes with Crawford. You know how many people I know that have sparred him, that I've talked to, that have watched him spar, that you know, just different stuff. And like, I'm not gonna do no fucking Ray J tell-all book or nothing, but I know shit in this game. Andre Ward, same thing. So that's what I'm saying. I put my money with people because I know stuff outside of the square circle that people don't know about. You know, I know about some of your favorite fighters getting sparked out in sparring, you know, but I'm professional, so I'm not gonna go, you know, some of it's hearsay, some of it could be lie, but I'm a people person. I'm pretty good with people. I can usually generally tell who's like lying on something like that, but when I'm hearing these sparring stories and there's like so many details, I know what the fuck is going on, you know, because you know, unless you're Ted Bundy or some fucking serial killer, you're not gonna make up all these specific details. And your story, this is another way I test for continuity, is when I hear these sparring stories and I've heard it from other people at different times and they don't even know that I talked to the other person. Like Gervonta Tank Davis, I know so many people that have been in the Mayweather gym or whatever gym and watched him spar, right? When I hear certain stories from guy A and then guy B at a later date tells me the same type of story, then it's not just a story anymore. It's a recount. Somebody's recounting or recanting what they watched. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I check for continuity and accuracy too, is because I start hearing the same stories or similar stories from different people. Like, so when I tell you, like Wilder, when I tell you his power is real, some people, oh, you know, see, and this, I'm trying to help this. Hopefully this will help some of these weak ass channels like Old Media. That's why we don't worry about it. People will be like, oh yeah, you love Wilder fanboy, bias, you're biased for Wilder and stuff like that. But in all actuality, I know shit that you don't. I know shit that has never made it to my channel. You know, I know people, I've talked to people that have sparred with Wilder. His power is real. And again, the way I know is when I'm talking to heavyweight A, B, and C who have nothing to do with each other and they're all telling me similar things about a guy's power. That's how you know it's true. Because, I mean, just look at it. It's just like on the flip side of things, I'm not trying to sound like perverse, but on the flip side of things, women talk. So if there's a dude that's a ladies' man, you know, Mike Lowry, and he's good in bed, and women talk, then other people are going to know that this guy that you work with is, you know, good in bed, or, you know, gives good oral, or whatever the situation is, because the word of mouth. So if 4 different girls are bragging about this Dirk Diggler dude that you guys work with, then he's probably doing his thing. Period. Right? Same goes, you know, for the boxing. When I'm hearing the same stories or similar types of stories from 3-4 different people who have nothing to do with each other, then I'm pretty sure that I'm getting accurate information. So, like I said, when I make videos, I don't know what other people, but I base it on certain things. That's why we have a good accuracy rate. When I told you abna modest, see, look, women do talk. I know, y'all motherfuckers love to talk. Girl, let me tell you this, Dirk Diggler, yeah, I know. So that's the reality of it. And women talk and men talk too. So these sparring stories and little gym secrets, they might not make it to wax, but people talk about it, you know. And I know for a fact, see, this is what I'm talking about. A lot of people are small-minded. They're like, oh, you only like black fight, you know, say some stupid shit. I'm telling you stuff from what I witnessed, because I don't just go off of, I'm an Aries, fuck that. I go off of what I see too. I can't just go off of, if somebody's telling me, oh, this dude is nice with it, and then I listen to their music or I see them fight and they trash, I'm not gonna be like, oh, but they told me he was good. You know, I still like, my opinion matters more than that. Like, if someone says this is the nicest rapper and gave me the mixtape and it was garbage, then it's garbage to me. But like I said, like guys like Terrence Crawford, there's a reason why I've been telling y'all to watch for him. Guys like Errol Spence, there's a reason. You know, you never heard me, no disrespect, but you never heard me get behind, so to speak, the proverbial get behind James Kirkland and tell y'all, oh, this guy, you know, he's the one. I never said that. You know, he's fun to watch, but I never said James Kirkland was, you know, the end all be all destroyer of all worlds at 154. You ain't never heard me say that. You know? And unlike HBO boxing and a lot of old media, y'all motherfuckers confuse entertainment value, you know, with skill and longevity in this sport. There's a lot of motherfuckers that are entertaining. Yeah, oh yeah. You see how he takes chances? Yeah, but he gonna take his ass to the hospital after this fight too. That's where he gonna take his ass. You know, you talking about taking chances, that's what's up. But guess where else he taking his ass? In an ambulance. You know, remember that one video called the ambulance? That's where he taking his ass too. You know, oh, he takes risks, he takes chances. Yeah, he gonna take a drug test and piss blood too. That's what he's gonna take also. You know, he gonna take that short ride, you know, down a long hallway in a hospital because he ain't had no defense. So he gonna take that too. You know. People glorify boxing. I love boxing. Everyone loves a good firefight. Call the ambulance. Call the ambulance. Like, I hate when people can't say simple words. Like, what the fuck is an ambulance? Ambulance. You need to fuck the ambulance. You need to call a teacher, motherfucker. Anyway, like I said, people glorify, like Jim Lampley. Bang, bang. Yeah, all right, bang, bang. We gonna see 2 years from now, he gonna be getting bang bang with that no defense. Talking about some, you know, putting people on the, put it this way. Go watch an old episode of the Gotti list. Rest in peace to Arturo Gotti. No disrespect to him whatsoever. Legend. Boom. Classic fights. But Jim Lampley tried to glorify this warrior type and HBO boxing towards the end, right? Go watch some old episodes of the Gotti list and tell me who's still relevant and undefeated from that. Tell me, like, you know, name 3 people from the Gotti list. You know, go look at the last 2 or 3 episodes of the Gotti list and name 3 people from any of the people he showcased that are undefeated still. You know, and doing well for themselves in the sport of boxing. You know, you guys, I really respect this sport. I learn from the sport every day. You know, every time I'm at fight weeks around fighters, I get so much, like, I just want to kill all of my goals, you know, because I see the discipline that it takes for this sport. You know, even guys like Broner, you might not like him, but you got to respect it. Like, this is a grueling sport. You know, I don't agree with everything that Broner said or done, but he's still operating at a high level, you know, in terms of like he ain't lost to just anybody. People forget that. Name one sucker that Broner lost to. Not know what you think he lost to. I'm talking about on his actual records, because I know y'all like to be cute, try to make up some oh, he lost to Ponce de Leon. On his record, name a sucker that he lost to. Somebody that was just trash that he lost to. I'll wait. Y'all got an answer? Huh? See, y'all don't put shit in perspective. Broner has some losses. Yeah, we know that. Yeah. Okay. But name somebody who was a scrub that beat Broner. Hello, can y'all hear me? Motherfucker. Hello. See, y'all don't give credit because y'all don't like Broner's personality. Exactly. People, this is what I'm saying. I promise you, I don't have any fucking emotions like y'all. Like, or either that or I could curb. I'm not saying I have no, like, nothing phases me, but like when it comes to boxing, I can separate that. Yes, Broner does some wild, crazy stuff you don't really, but I can still give him credit for what he deserves credit for. Y'all can't, some of y'all. You know, they act like Broner's out here losing to bums. He lost to Pacquiao. He lost to Mikey Garcia, who's about to fight one of the best guys in the division after moving up 2 weight classes. That shows you what level of fighter and confidence Mikey Garcia has. You know, he lost to Sean Porter, a current WBC champion who was bigger, you know, probably rehydration wise, even with the catch weight, and is fighting a championship fight in a title defense with you guys, the highest ranking person. And he lost to Maidana, who, I mean, he probably bigger, he fat now, but Maidana was that dude, and gave Floyd even some issues. So, you know, a lot of y'all can't separate that. I can. Broner, say what you want about his see, they can't. The game is twisted, bro. That's why y'all should really be fortunate while I'm here, you know, covering the sport of boxing and doing this, that new media is here, because I feel like we give shit a fair shake that other people aren't willing to do. You know, some people have started as a result of new media. You know, I feel like we've influenced some people, but before you didn't really have a voice. You just had people saying that old media type of talk. But you got to give credit where credit's due. They bring up Floyd, domestic violence, but they say Kovalev punched the chick in the face. He about to fight this weekend. I ain't hear shit about it. Let Floyd do it, you know, and it's only hearsay. And people are like, yeah, I heard he beat her in front of the kids. You know, it's all speculation. I don't see any pictures or scars or bruises. This girl is on like the gram saying he lying and posting all about this dude suing Kovalev for $8 million. And you don't really hear that many people. Kovalev has also done some things that were racist and, you know, that get swept under the rug. But Floyd's a malicious person in their eyes, because a lot of these motherfuckers is racist, and because they know that they hold certain fighters to certain standards that they're not willing to hold everyone to. His son testified though. Okay, so that dog's finna testify on Kovalev, the dog that she's saying he kicked, you know? So who gives a shit? And I ought to destroy you, because you're talking about the testimony of a child with 2 parents. So I've studied psychology in college, right? You can't trust a child's mind. I watched there's an episode of Forensic Files. This girl swore up and down so she's seen this guy kill it. That when people are in distress, people's memory sometimes go blank. You know, this looks like the guy that robbed me, you know, that raped me. And then on top of that, you're adding a kid, somebody who's a little kid. I'm not saying his kid maliciously. Maybe he didn't want his mom to go to jail and he thought he was doing the right thing by saying this happened, or he didn't, you know. Kids don't know. You're talking about a little fucking kid, bro. His son testified though, you know. His son might have testified off of noises he heard or some shit, them arguing. You know, who knows? People have distorted memories, all types of shit. But why? Okay, so because there's no witnesses, you know, we're not supposed to compare Kovalev's situation, or what? Johnny said they double standard because they racist and jealous as well. That's what it sounds like. That's what I'm talking about. See? You know, hold it. It's the same way. You know, I'm gonna keep screaming this. You know, it's double standards in the sport. People are blaming Tank because Abnormati's pulled out. Let a black fighter pull out of a major marquee fight against someone who is non-black, and then tell me what the comments say. So, like, reverse the situation. Gervonta Tank Davis in a much anticipated Abnormatis fight, despite him being the bigger puncher and the bigger guy. Imagine if Gervonta Tank Davis pulled out of this anticipated fight. People wouldn't care that he's the bigger guy. They would still say he was scared. Even if it's true, let's say he pulled out with the injury. You know what the fuck would happen. What do you guys think they would say if Tank pulled out of the Abnormatis fight? If Tank, listen to me, what would the man fans and old media say if Tank pulled out of the fight with an injury? They say he wasn't ready. He's undisciplined. You know, he was scared. Come on, bro. He shook. Exactly. Y'all keep playing with it, but you know the truth is right there in front of your face. You know they wouldn't have nothing nice to say about Tank. Bro, I seen it with the Mayweather bullshit with the Rush Hour dude. Tension. He announced the fight. They're like, oh, this is fucking bullshit. You know, all the man fans and old media and shit. This is ridiculous. Why is Floyd fighting a kickboxer? Why? Why? Right? Why? Why is Floyd fighting a kickboxer? Right? Then Floyd got back home, says, hey, I was manipulated. The money wasn't right. I hate to do this, but I'm no longer fighting on the Rising card. It's canceled. You know, I was misled and I didn't want to ruin the press conference. They said he was ducking tension. Go read the comments on the videos. Because I know these motherfuckers ain't smart enough to go back and delete the evidence. So go look. People were saying Floyd was ducking the guy that they just said he was cherry picking. He went from cherry picker to ducking. And then when he announced that he really is fighting the guy again, tension, then they revert back to, oh, this is some bullshit, just retire Floyd, this is why you fighting a kickboxer. You see, shapeshifters. They did the same thing with Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo passed all of his drug tests. Jermall Charlo looked ready. Jermall Charlo was in shape, right? Willie Monroe pops dirty with the drug test, and then PBC scrambles, try to find a late replacement, you know, 2 week, 1 week opponent. They find Matt Korobov, who's already supposed to be on the card. They say, oh, why is he fighting Korobov? What a bullshit fight. Korobov ain't fought in 2 years. Korobov got knocked out by Andy Lee. Motherfucking Korobov. I don't give a fuck about a Korobov. Like, he ain't done shit. Look how short he is. You know, he was fighting at a higher weight. Now he's going to be drained. As soon as Charlo had a tougher than they expected fight with a tricky, good fighter with an amateur background and some power, Matt Korobov, the second the fight was over, they said he got exposed. You can't win for losing with people like that. These motherfuckers is racist. Period. Because it doesn't matter if it makes sense. You already know that you're trapped either way. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Charlo, instead of just saying, man, Charlo's a man's man, he just fought this tricky motherfucker on a week notice in a totally different style, they give him zero credit, say he was exposed because they hating. You know? Period. I see the games that they play. Like I said, if Tank pulled out of the Abnormatis fight, no matter why he pulled out, they would have something to say about him. Now there's Abnormatis, you see man fans and they're like, oh yeah, shit happens, injuries happen. Now they want to be realistic. You know, people want to be like, oh yeah, So my thing is this: pick a position and be like that all the time. If injuries happen, then when it happens, no matter who it happens to, just be like, oh, be that understanding person, have that same compassion. But they don't do that. You know, if a guy takes a weak opponent, like a opponent on the week's notice, and has a tougher time, then keep it a buck when the next guy does it. But they don't do that. You know, Triple G fought Vanes Martirosyan, a much weaker opposition, in my opinion, seeing how Vanes Martirosyan switched his promoter, wasn't supposed to be on anybody's card, hadn't fought in 2 years, was coming off of a loss, right? And he had never fought at 160. He had been fighting at 154. So the Triple G Vanes, I went to the fight. It was horrible. The best thing about that night was the hot dogs outside. They had these hot dogs with the, you know, they were grilling them with the pico and the green peppers. And they got some mayonnaise. This shit was fucking delicious. And then the cops ran out all the people who was cooking, you know, because they didn't have permits, you know, Trump wall shit. Like, what the fuck? They're like, yeah, you don't got to, and then they were chasing them and shit. But I got me a hot dog before they got chased. And I gave her a big ass tip, you know, because the shit was good. And I like to support. I like to support the underdog. Anyway, Triple G fought Vanes Martirosyan. You didn't really hear no complaints. Period. Charlo fight Korobov, which is a better opponent who was already fighting on that same card on that same date. So he was already had somewhat of a training camp or a training camp. You know, they're like, no. That's why we winning, people. We unapologetically honest, keep it real with the consumer, have fun, entertainment. The rest is history. Like I said, and this is the thing, I don't even care how people act. Well, I mean, within a reason. I don't like racist people, but if you want to have these harsh standards for fighters and that's your front, you know, some of these people are racist and they hide it behind these like clauses and standards that they hold for certain fighters. But if you want to have these standards for fighters, we'll call them, right? I wouldn't even mind if it was consistent. If you're just like, oh, that's a cherry pick, that's a cherry pick, that's a cherry. So like when Canelo fights Rocky Fielding, you call that the same way you call Tank fighting a replacement. But that's not what people do. You know, Canelo fights Fielding in advance. Everybody knew. They even had like a little press tour by the Statue of Liberty taking pictures. Tank is fighting Hugo Ruiz on last minute notice. People are mad because Hugo Ruiz has to move up in weight and blaming Tank for not fighting a big name. Yet Canelo chose Rocky Fielding and they had actual ample time to prepare, to plan, and this was the chosen guy. Now, obviously, granted, he's fighting a much better fight now with Daniel Jacobs, but he still fought Liam Smith. He still fought Amir Khan. He still fought Rocky Fielding. He still fought, undisciplined Chavez. So, you know, let's keep it consistent. Let's keep it all the way consistent. If you're mad that you're just I'm just such a stickler and I like the best versus the best, cool. So that standard you have for Tank, who has to get an understudy to save his date and, you know, get this training camp off, hold Triple G when he fought Vanes Martirosyan to that same standard. Hold Canelo when he fought Fielding and had time, because both Tank and Triple G, at least the excuse they can use is this was the first fight they were supposed to fight, through no fault of their own, got canceled. You know, Canelo chose. He didn't. It's not like Canelo was supposed to fight Jacobs and Jacobs got injured, so he fought Rocky Fielding. He chose to fight Rocky Fielding off rip. So what I'm saying is, all these little situations in boxing, keep it the same. But they don't do that. You know, you'll see Errol Spence coming up. They're like, why is he fighting Chris Algieri? Why is he fighting Chris Algieri? You know, but you look, let's say top rank, Mick Connellan, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, are they not being granted fights that we know they're probably going to win so they can develop? You know, is Ryan Garcia fighting better competition as he's coming up? Do you get what I'm saying? But people don't do that. See, the reason for me, I like all these cats. I'm not harsh on Ryan Garcia's resume, Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, Mick Connellan, because at this stage, this is what you're supposed to be doing, developing, getting some rounds in. Because you only got one fight in some of these instances to get it right and figure it out, or your career could be forever altered. So they're in the stage, but my rule is consistent. I'm not like, oh, why is Teofimo fighting Mason Menard, Devin Haney, and Ray Beltran already beat him? I'm not really holding him to his standard, even though, he looks like he's better than that level of competition. I mean, obviously, he knocked him out in the first round, but you get what I'm saying? Because I understand it, but my understanding is consistent. I'm not mad at Shakur Stevenson, who he's fighting, Devin Haney, Richardson Hitchens, any of them across the board, because at that age group, at where they're at in their career, this is what you're supposed to be: racking up bodies, racking up confidence, learning on the job, period. Doesn't matter if you were an amateur standout, you got to learn as a pro. But these other dudes, that's not how they operate. What they'll do is they'll be like, why is Shakur Stevenson fighting this guy? Why is Devin Haney fighting bums? And then you look at Teofimo or Ryan Garcia, or you'll look at Mick Connellan or something, and they don't have that same gripe for those fighters. That's the problem. Here lies the problem. Look at Bob Smitty, desperate. He says Canelo using Rocky Fielding to adjust the height. First of all, you're still in my talking point. Stop that. I said that a long time ago. Second of all, you said Fielding was a tune-up. It's strategy. So you took my whole talking point and ran with it. That's what's up. Second of all right, so Tank is using Hugo Ruiz as a tune-up to get ready for Tevin Farmer, to get ready for Abner Mares, to get ready for Pacquiao. So, we're going to do the same thing. So anytime there's a less than fight that, people don't get hyped up, I'm going to do what you just did and be like, oh, okay, that was to get him ready for this real fight. So, okay, nobody should be mad. People say, see, this is what they do. Wilder fought 40 bums, even though that statement itself is super exaggerated. This is what they say. Wilder is a bum squad. He fought 40 bums. All right, so he fought 40 bums to get ready for Joshua. He had it, he wanted to get ready for him. So I'm gonna use your logic. Y'all can't win. Hang it up. Like a prank call, hang it up. Listen, because I love the fans, I'm gonna let the fans vote. Twix or this Kit Kat, huh? I'm gonna let the fans vote. What I consume. Twix or the Kit Kat, huh? I'm gonna let the fans pick. We're gonna run a poll. Which one should I eat right now? James Brown said I gotta go with the Twix. Listen, I'm not waiting all day. The first 5 responses I see, all right, 2 for the Twix, 3 for Twix, 4 for Twix, 2 for Kit Kat, 4 all right, Twix it is. I see. Nope. Voting's over. Y'all gotta be quicker than that. Yeah, I got that. I got that Twix. I like Kit Kat though. Y'all don't like the East Coast ain't got love for Kit Kat? Let it be known then. Man, I feel like Snoop. Y'all don't like Kit Kat? Hold up. Eagles Army, Boxing Eagle ain't got no love for Kit Kat? We know what the fuck candy this is. We know where the fuck we at. The East Coast ain't got love for Kit Kat? The East Coast ain't got love for Kit Kat? Well, let it be known that I like Kit Kat. Y'all don't like, y'all hating on Kit Kat. What? East Coast only like Twix, Nick. He said I fucks with Twix. He said I fuck with Kit Kat, but Twix different. Hey, this Twix is on point right now. You ever go to that convenience store, get a candy, and then eat it, and it's just like hella hard, like it been in there since Dancing with Wolves was at the theater, like it just been in that one store. It's like shit, hella stale and hard. That's the worst. Like, do y'all refresh this shit? Y'all got me eating these hard ass Skittles. I broke my tooth out fucking with these wild berries. These wild berry Skittle. Nah, dollar store candy be hitting. At least the dollar store out here. It be like, I get these gummy bears, the same Haribo gummy bear, and they better at the dollar store. It's like, I don't know. I think they like broke gummy bears. The gummy bears is holding EBT cards and shit. Nah, them Dollar Tree ones, the gummy bears be all sad having bills in their hand and shit. EBT cards. That dollar store candy be hitting. The Sour Patch Kid, they be wearing diapers and shit. Like, damn, when they made these Sour Patch Kid, they be Siamese conjoined twins and shit. Like, what's up with this bootleg ass candy? The Sour Patch Kids, they ain't got no dad and shit. The dad just missing out the box. Damn, this Twix is on fire. You thought what tasted funny at 5? Oh, M&M. You know what else is weird? Tell me if this is weird. Y'all ready? I want to know if this is weird. If y'all want to know this, I got a question for you. Have y'all ever ate something when you were a kid and you didn't like it really then and you never tried it since? Is that weird to hold a grudge over food? Or like something, or you ate something and it made your stomach hurt, so you don't eat them anymore? Are you guys like that, or you just say fuck it? Damn, it's just me? Damn, so y'all just, man, I had a couple of shit like that where, like, if I hadn't had a bad experience with it as a kid, like, I don't even fuck with it anymore. Like, I don't even try. Like, my taste buds might have changed or something, but I don't know. I just be holding grudges and shit. See, me and Real Brother 30, shout out to Real Brother 32. He a real one. Man, I remember one time I had it made my family made like a tuna fish sandwich. And I drank grapefruit juice with it, and I started throwing up like violently. So I've never ate that in that. I still eat tuna fish, or I can drink grapefruit, but I've never had it in combination again ever. I was just you a little kid, you so thirsty, you want something sweet to drink. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna drink this grape juice, man. That shit created some type of time, because I don't really throw up much, but that shit created like a time bomb in my stomach. I started violently throwing up like Jeff Goldblum in The Fly. Fucking Seth Brundle and shit. That shit fucked me up. He said that was a fatal combination. Yeah, that shit was nasty. I don't know what it did to me. I ain't tried it since though. Like, you ain't gotta tell me twice. I ain't fucking with that. That was when I was living in England. Eddie Hearns tried to poison me. Eddie Hearns tried to poison me with that shit. Hey, Eddie. Yeah, now it's making sense, because it's making sense. Eddie's older than me. It's making sense. I was living in England. Eddie Hearns, he knew. It's like the T-1000 trying to get John Connor. Eddie Hearns was trying to poison me in the past with that concoction. Let's talk about Anthony Joshua real quick. I'm about to get out of here after that, probably. We'll have to see. Smash the like button, though. Y'all blowing my Twitter up. Y'all can't see. I don't know why. Y'all blowing my Twitter up. What y'all talking about? Who y'all want to see Anthony Joshua fight? Outside of Wilder Fury, who you want to see Joshua fight? Hey, Brian New York is savage. He said Ortiz. I love Eagle Army. Y'all the best. Why everyone saying Ortiz? Hey, Real Brother 32, you ruthless. He said Ortiz or nobody. I told y'all, Death Row East, we coming. Bro, look at how much love Ortiz is getting in the voting. They trying to act like he not even a player in this, and he not even in this race. They talking about Dillian White or Miller in June. What about Ortiz in June? How about that? Catch Me Outside. How about that? How about that? How about King Kong? How about that? You know, Bad Baby or whatever her name is. What about Luis Ortiz? King Kong, how about that? You mean to tell me the audience, they're a bunch of hoes? Catch Me Outside, how about that? Luis Ortiz, how about that? What about that? You know, do we need to get Dr. Phil, Eddie Hearn? Huh? What about King Kong? How about that? You know, Dr. Phil was about to talk to Bad Baby. He was about the black channels. Why do you keep watching them? Why? Where did you get that voice from? The black channel. Stop talking. He's like, you mean to tell me the audience are a bunch of hoes? Yeah, y'all a bunch of hoes. Catch Me Outside. How about that? She bad as fuck. They need to put her little ass on Scared Straight. And she, hey, listen, she hustling. She flipped that Dr. Phil. I heard she got a makeup line for like 900,000 or some shit. She getting a meal off of Catch Me Outside makeup. This internet shit is crazy. Y'all let anybody become famous now. Like she on some baby Kylie Jenner shit off of some Dr. Phil. Catch Me Outside. How about that? Like back in the day, we used to watch Jerry Springer. Ain't none of them motherfuckers came out with no type of acne products or nothing. They just was on Jerry Springer. I used to hate them Jerry Springer ones where the dude was dating a man and they thought it was his girlfriend, and then he acted like he didn't know that it was a man, and then they show the girl and you can clearly see that it wasn't a girl. I hated them Jerry Springer. The bitch like 8'13" and shit, Harry and the Hendersons, and you trying to act like you didn't know, bro. And this is how they used to do it. I just have a secret to tell you. I'm a motherfucking man. Like, and then they do their voice regular. Hey, bro. What? I had to do one of them Russell Wilson. What? Hey, you niggas is tripping. That's how they always used to introduce him. You know, for the last 3 years, the girl started doing this dainty ass voice, sounding like Michael Jackson in Thriller. You know, I just want to say, I'm not like other guys. Like, motherfucker, you is a guy. What? No, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, for the last 3 years, it's been fun. But I got a confession. Oh, you just keep out. I'm a nigga. like, hey, bro, why did you do your voice like that? Come out sounding like Al Heyman and shit, bro. Don't. What? Why did you just keep that same energy, keep the same voice? Why did you switch your voice so just to make it more pronounced and shit? Simba, you mustn't go into the parlor. Oh, you just get out. Telling me that. Yeah, them Jerry Springers used to be wild. But anyway, y'all let this Catch Me Outside chick get millions. She on tour and shit. Catch me outside. How about that? Catch me outside. Wow, bro. Like, you don't even have to have, I feel like you don't even have to have talent. Like, who's this wide neck motherfucker just keep getting arrested and shit? I like, get him the fuck off my timeline, y'all. Like, who the fuck, how you famous for a neck and shit? Motherfucking in every post like this, looking guilty. Like, it's like wide neck guy get. He just like this in every post. Like, who the fuck is this? Why y'all keep? What is he doing for the? I seen he had a music video with Daddy Long Neck. Like, what the fuck is happening, bro? You got one dude with a giraffe neck and then one dude with a wide neck. They doing music videos. Man, I'm from the era of Wu-Tang and Biggie and Pac. What? Big L. These neck motherfuckers. Like, one who next. It's like a neck video. No, I swear, it was shot cool too. Like, it's like they got real life red cameras and real directors directing fucking neck videos. Like, what the fuck? Man, this shit is crazy. Old media look like that Daddy Long Neck dude. That's how old media be looking. They be making them little YouTube videos looking like that. I'm Daddy Long Neck. I want to put some peanut butter on my neck. Man, fuck all these neck ass dudes, bro. Bro, if Boxingego doesn't blow up even bigger this year, I'm gonna be mad. You guys letting these neck ass. I'm at least covering fights, trying to get y'all footage, interviews, introspective thing. Y'all letting these neck motherfuckers take over the globe and get Grammys and shit. Like, what? I can't, bro. I don't ever have to hate on what no one's doing. Get your money, but I'm saying I need all of mine. Y'all paying people just for their necks and shit. His shit. You know how many motherfuckers I knew in high school that had no neck? They could have been making money all along. Hey, who said that? Adrian said do a boxing neck. That's shit. I guess I gotta get me a gimmick. What up, Fight World? It's your boy with no neck. I'm on that Broner shit. I ain't got no neck. Like, y'all paying people just because they ain't got no neck. What? Even the light skin cuz with the light eyes, he gets arrested. His mugshot goes viral. He modeling now. He modeling. What? Off of a mugshot, bro. This internet shit is powerful, B. He's modeling. I think Jeremy something. I seen him on the runway. He got his chest all puffed out. He doing Fashion Nova men and shit. He modeling off of a mugshot. He got arrested and then flipped that. You know how many of my partners got mugshots and they didn't get nothing but additional court dates? This motherfucker on the runway with Naomi Campbell and shit. Like, yeah, motherfucker, you seen my mugshot? I know y'all motherfuckers seen my shit. And he dating a millionaire. I think she pregnant too. Hey, listen, shout out to him though. That's the ultimate. He finessed the game. I think she might be a billionaire. That motherfucker put a bun in the oven, got modeling contract, America's Next Top model and shit. Hey, he finessed the game. It's crazy, bro. See, she's pregnant. She said she said he's securing that bag. I don't got no kids, but that would change. I'll Kevin Federline the fuck out of it. Like, you wearing a condom? Yep. Wink, wink. Like, motherfucker, we gonna get this bag, bro. Hey, I gotta eat this year. Like, fuck all that. I'll poke holes in the condom, something, bro. Is that legal? Is that legal? Hey, you a billionaire. I don't know. I gotta do my thing, bro. We gonna have the Wayans family out this motherfucker. I need child support. Women gotta pay child support too, right? I'll take care of the kids. Like, what up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego. Gotta put these little bad motherfuckers to sleep. I need child support. Hey, the other thing, I gotta get a prenup. I heard about Jeff Bezos of Amazon. This dude ain't got no prenup, and he's worth like 165 billion. Half. All I think about is that Eddie Murphy Raw with Johnny Carson. Half. Oh. Half. Like, nah, bro. 100. She getting 80 billion from your dumb ass. 80 billion, bro. I would listen. If I was her, I would just divorce him just because I could be on my own. With 80 billion, bro. 80. Oh, bro. Yeah, we for sure getting this divorce. Hey, bro, you gotta get. Do you know? Listen, do you know where my channel would be if I had $80 billion right now? I promise you. Like these live streams? Give me $80 billion. I'm gonna be in a penthouse on a rooftop in a pool. What up, Fight World? With some of the finest vixens. We gonna do the give me 80 billion. We gonna have dumb shit. It's gonna look like the Prince music video. When doves cry, I'm just gonna be crawling. What up, Fight World? There's gonna be doves flying like John Woo movies. It's gonna be lit. Give me $80 billion. We gonna have doves and pigeons and Debo's pigeon coop, all types of shit. Pyrotechnics. It gonna look like a Cisco video in his prime. Ooh, that dress so. Do I got to grab the back of your neck to make you listen to me? Do you have to see me flashing no? Man, bro, I'm gonna be on some Cisco shit. Fuck what y'all talk about. Cisco was lit in his prime. Unleash the dragon. I know you don't want to unleash the dragon. Ladies, can you hear me say, hey? I'll be on some Cisco shit. I know you want me to unleash the dragon. That dun. Ooh, that dress so scandalous, and I know nothing can't handle it. That dun. She had like a cha. Die like what? All night long. These boxes. Wait till the. Oh my. Y'all gonna be on some Rick. They should have never gave you niggas money. These streams is gonna get a whole lot wetter. Yeah, the vampire stream. I'm gonna have actual vampires and shit. Just gothic people, Marilyn Manson, all types of shit behind me. The beautiful people, the beautiful. We gonna have all time. I'm gonna have actual emo bitches and shit in the back with strobe lights. We gonna do a real vampire stream. I'm gonna get Kiefer Sutherland to reprise his role. 80 billion? Kiefer Sutherland to reprise his Lost Boys role. Drew Hill needs a reunion tour. Yeah, Drew Hill was. Shout out to Baltimore. Baltimore got. Who does Baltimore got? They got Tank, obviously. They got Drew Hill. I got this feeling, and I just can't turn it loose. Who else is from Baltimore? What's the rapper? Bad Boy. What do he? Oh, why can't I think of his name right now? He be spitting. He was signed to Bad Boy. Oh my gosh, am I really What's the rapper from B More that was signed with Bad Boy around the same time as MGK? Thank you, King Los. No, it's King Los. I don't know why I was drawing a blank. Hey, I seen an interview. King Los said he battled Cassidy. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, Los could spit. Who else has Baltimore got? Mace is not from Baltimore, is he? Mace? Oh, you was guessing. No, okay. I got you. I know you don't want Unleash the Dragon. Yeah, we about to Unleash the Dragon 2019. Thank you guys for tuning in. Somebody pick one more boxing topic and we're gonna talk about that real quick. Whatever I see first, that's what we're talking about. Make it a good one. Somebody pick a boxing topic that you want to talk about before I get out of here. Boxing topic. Anything current in the sport of boxing. Canelo, Jacobs, whatever. Mikey Spence, that's the first thing I seen. Who the fuck is Alberto versus Tank? How your name Albert? You fighting Tank? Mikey Spence, man, I'm looking forward to this. It's gonna be lit. I know a lot of people that are saying that are going, like fans. I'm still rocking with Spence. No disrespect to Mikey. Love Mikey to death. Great fighter. Size matters, you know. Like, see, size matters in most circumstances when both guys are really good. You get what I'm saying? Like, if Mikey was fighting like a lesser guy, then, you know, that's that. But Errol himself is technical. Plus he's big. Plus he's strong. Plus he's relentless. You know, but much credit to whoever wins the fight. I'll give whoever wins that props, including Errol Spence. A lot of people are like, oh, Errol Spence is a lose-lose situation. Not really, because, you know, we know Mikey's moving up, but Mikey's a formidable ass opponent. And the move up is not as drastic as you think. Just last year, he fought at 140 and earned the title. So, yes, he went back down and fought Robert Easter in the unification, but he has fought and captured at least two significant wins. I think Elias Rojas was at a catch weight or at 140, 140-ish. But significant wins. He beat Adrian Broner before Pacquiao at 140. And then he beat a champion, Sergey Lipinets, at 140. So people are making it sound like Mikey's basically, bottom line is this: Mikey's proven at 140 and 135. People are making it like he's just jumping up from 135. Y'all got to stop saying that. Stop saying that, because we're talking about a guy who has experience at a high level. Broner at 140, that's probably his best weight, you know, at least recently, you know, because of where I don't think he can make 130, 135 anymore. So, you know, he looks, his fights at 140 have looked probably better and stronger performances than 147, and Mikey beat him there. Sergey Lipinets, that's his kind of true weight, you know. So that's a good win for Mikey. Who the fuck said Ted Cheeseman? Bro, who is this? The cheese is back and cut the cheese and all that. Stop it, bro. That's that Eddie Hearns. He's trying to make he's trying to make the Ted Cheeseman show. What? Mikey will beat Spence with technique. Let's see it. Like I said, see, a lot of people want to turn this into something like, oh yeah, I'm not mad. If you're picking Mikey, salute to you. If you're picking Errol Spence, salute to you. See, I talked to my dude Andre Ward when I was interviewing him one time, and he said something the same thing basically that I feel. These fights that we really truly want to see, they're supposed to be 50-50. You got all these people who be at each other's throats and calling names and shit like that because they're picking the other guy and not the same guy that they're picking. But if you think about it, it's pretty stupid. The reason we all want to see these fights is because these are two great guys. And so it's supposed to be 50-50. So, you know, if the fight is supposed to be 50-50 on paper, you never really hear me mad at the other side for picking the other person, even if it differs from who I think will win. And that's important. I've never bashed any. I think Errol Spence beats Mikey, my opinion. Whoever wins, I will salute them, report about it, and give them the proper etiquette. Give them props for the performance, you know, if they look good and stuff. I've never said anything, despite that being my opinion. I've never said anything bad to somebody, but people treat this like it's some Bloods and Crips shit. Like, yeah, what? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to. What's your set? Like, hey fool, what set you claiming? Hey Buster, like this is some gangbanging shit. I don't even look at boxing like that. Mikey's he's a hell of a fighter. Errol Spence is a hell of a fighter. Like, what are we talking about? Why would we even be beefing off of that? They're both good. And Mikey did something that other people at welterweight didn't jump up or didn't seem eager. Put it this way: how is it that Mikey got the fight before Errol Spence and people were in Errol's division? So I'm not gonna be mad at Mikey, win, lose or draw, for challenging himself, because other people that were relevant didn't. They, you know, did they call Al and say, yo, I'm ready, make the fight, please, please, I want Errol next? You know, obviously Mikey and his team did that. And Mikey's going against the grain because his own brother and pops didn't even want him to take the fight. So he's on his own, you know, he has to prove something also to his family, because, you know, they're not going to say this, but based on their apprehension of him taking the fight in the comments, I believe that Robert Garcia and Big G, they know this is a tough ass fight. You know, they're not going to not support their son and brother, but, you know, I'm sure there's lingering doubts like, man, I hope Mikey didn't bite off more than he can chew. So Mikey, he's doing something really bold. This is some Sugar Shane Mosley versus De La Hoya, Pacquiao versus De La Hoya type shit. You know, we'll see. So I respect him. I always give respect to the people who are helping move the needle in the right way, willing to challenge themselves. You know, I prefer if it makes sense. To me, Garcia makes more sense moving up to fight Spence than for him to Amir Khan versus Canelo. You know, Triple G or Kell Brook moving up to fight Triple G. And I have distinct reasons for that. You know, the best fight outside of like a Spence or, you know, a welterweight for Mikey would be Lomachenko. And Lomachenko's team talking about he can't make 140 and that's a long shot, you know, things like that. Top Rank, do they really like Mikey? Are they going to give him a fair split? Are they going to overvalue Lomachenko? You know, Mikey didn't feel like waiting for all that. He didn't get no calls or nothing, so he, you know, he got to move on with his career. I applaud that, because some people like Amir Khan, he spent precious years of his career kind of chasing down a Floyd, chasing down a Pacquiao. I think I could beat Floyd. You know, he's all happy, and he never even fought Pacquiao or Floyd to this day. To this day, they protecting Loma. That's the fight I really want to see. Mikey versus Loma. Mikey might stretch Loma. Real talk. He might stretch him. At least drop him. But if he loses bad to Errol Spence, I don't know then. I don't know. So we got to see. Boxing's in a very interesting spot. You know, we got a lot of pendulum shifts, and I love it. It's great for boxing. You know, you see me, I'm trying to get ready for it. I'm renovating and doing shit. Like, I'm so ready for this year. Oh my gosh, Bob Smitty, you have to be the biggest casual in this stream right now. Loma just moved up weight classes in 2018. Oh, boo hoo hoo hoo. Oh. See, I'm like Floetry. All you gotta do is say yes, Smitty. If you want to step up in this hot seat and argue that dumb shit, let me know. All you gotta do is say yes. I will body you. You're saying some of the weakest talking points. Some of the weakest talking points, and you know you'll get bodied. So if you want to get bodied, that's all you got to do, instead of leaving these like occasional, like casual comments that nobody respects or cares about. Just let me body you. Pause. In front of everybody. All you got to do is say yes. You don't have to say no long drawn out sentence. Please don't write a sentence. Just say yes or no. That's all you got to do. I'm ready. I stay ready. I already paused that up. If you are ready to get bodied in the hot seat, just say yes. If not, then say no. But you got to say something, because I want to know from you what the outcome is going to be. I have no beef with you, Ego. Yes or no? It's not a beef, but you just keep leaving like really like casual comments, bro. Anyway, your next response has to be a yes or no. Not like, oh, I have no beef with you. I don't have beef with you either. But I'm just saying I don't agree with a lot of what you're saying. And we have a facility called the hot seat where we can go back and forth. Loma's, put him in timeout, or should we block him? Bro, I just need a yes or no, and then now this is just wasting everybody's time. Should we block him or time him out? Listen, the rules are simple. When engaging in Fight Club and in the hot seat, you just have to tell me which way you're trying to go. No, I back off. We move on. You say yes, then we have a hot seat. It's that simple. You keep saying everything else but that. Okay, 2 claps, 1 timeout. 2 timeouts. The first to 5, that's his fate. So 2 people for clap and 2 people for timeout. Please hurry up. No shooters vote. Block that Beloew. 3 blocks, 2 clap, or 2 timeouts. 3 for timeout. No shooters though. Oh, you're a channel member. Okay. I don't want the shooters to vote because they're gonna. That's conflict of interest. Block him. Vote. All right, just put him in timeout. Bob Smitty. Let him come back. That's it. If you come back and you still keep leaving the comments, then we're gonna have to escalate this. Just put him in timeout. He can come back in 5 minutes, but I'll be off by then, so he can come back to the next stream. Listen, these guys keep saying the same old media recycled lot. Loma moved up 2 weight classes. Okay, but what weight did Mikey start at? Mikey came back off a 2-year layoff and did the same thing. Am I lying? Mikey took a 2 years out of the ring and he came back like a man on fire. Ego, you said no sentences. He writes 2 sentences because they don't know. No man just wants to be like, no, I don't want the hot seat. But they know if they say yes, they know what that's going to lead to. So he wants to play games. That's why he's in timeout right now. I get it. I see how they move. Anyway, Mikey came back off a 2-year layoff, moved up to 135 and 140 and fought in those. So in a year's time, Mikey did the same thing. Period. And here's another fact. And Bob Arum actually said this wrong. He says, well, Lomachenko, he fought as a featherweight. So he's not 140. That might be a stretch, blah, blah, blah. Because his amateur career, he was a featherweight. He's a true featherweight. But in the amateurs, he competed in something called the World Series of Boxing. And he didn't fight at featherweight. He fought in the 130 pounds division. Like 130, like I don't know the exact weight. It might be 135, but it was over 130 pounds, which is not the equivalent to boxing's featherweight. So what Bob Arum said is not entirely true. I'm not saying he never fought at featherweight. He was a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. But Lomachenko, before he turned pro, he was in that tournament. So he fought at the higher weight. He turned pro as a featherweight, but he had experience. This is what this all boils down to. Hold up. See, I don't like to just say this shit. I like to show y'all. Look, y'all forget about this. I didn't. Amateur career. See, I know my shit, bro. Forced to move up to lightweight when he won his 2nd Olympic gold medal. Look. Y'all can't see that? Look. What does that say? Forced to move up to lightweight. Look. Prior to turning professional, Lomachenko competed in the lightweight division of the World Series of Boxing, WSB, from January to May 2013. Despite having 6 fights in this tournament, some outlets would later claim that those fights should have counted towards Lomachenko's professional record prior to his official debut later that year, due to the World Series of Boxing being professional boxing by law, with headgear and rounds being scored using the 10-point must system, according to these regulations set by the professional boxing commissions that license the boxers. So in layman's terms, he was in a tournament and he had 6 fights in 2013 before his first pro fight, and then he turned pro. Some of y'all don't know this. So the reason that's important is for this reason. This is the reason that's important. Everybody keeps raving about, oh man, Lomachenko in 12 fights, he's already done this and this and this. But there's controversy on if those 6 fights that he already had should have counted, right? That being said, that puts him at almost 20 fights, right? He has, right now, he has how many fights? 13? 12 or 13? Hold on, let me check. He has 13 fights now. You hear me? Right now, he has 13 fights. He fought 6 in a tournament, which was very similar and scored on a 10-point must system the same year he turned pro. And as you guys seen in that article, a lot of people thought that should have counted towards his record. So, yes, he has, I guess, technically 13, but he had 6 fights before that, not including the 396-1 amateur record, right? So how many fights? What's 16? Or excuse me, what's 13 plus 6? No math wizards? Y'all can't gather simple arithmetic? What is 6 plus 13? I know there's a little bit of a lag. Exactly, 19. So that's not as extraordinary if you put it in that terms. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not bad, but people are like, oh, he in his second pro fight, he did this, and he only has 13 fights, and look at him, and look who he's beat. But in real life, in real time, he's almost 30. And depending on how you weigh that tournament he was in, where he had an additional 6 fights on top of almost 400 amateur fights, then guess what? That puts him at closer to 19 fights. You know, people don't know this. That's why they don't repeat it, and they recycle, you know, what Top Rank said or whoever said or HBO. But that's the reality. He has closer to 20 fights. And okay, the World Series of Boxing, they just said some people think that should have counted towards his record. But even if it didn't, clearly that's good preparation, being that it's on the same type of scoring system as pro boxing. So whether you know, that's semantics, whether you want to include the WSB as part of his record or not, either way, that was clearly done, and it was clearly a tournament that helped prepare him become a pro. You get what I'm saying? So no matter how you slice it, it's not as it seems if you don't know the detail, I guess you could say. And it changes things. People say, oh yeah, he fought for a title and lost to Slido. That was only his second fight. He beat Gary Russell in only his 3rd fight. But if you do the math, that 6th fight, then it's really like as if he fought for a title in his 8th fight. You know, he fought Gary Russell in about his 9th fight. You get what I'm saying? Depending on how you view the World Boxing Super Series, which is scored in technically very similar rules to actual pro boxing. It's no different than Devin Haney going to Mexico and getting 12 fights. Yeah, it's, you know, the competition might be whatever it's going to be, But at the end of the day, he's getting ring experience. All right, we got a hot seat. I'm not playing with these dudes. Bama Bo says, I don't like this narrative. All right, you in the hot seat. So what don't you like about it? We got a hot seat. Grab your popcorn. You're in the hot seat. So why don't you like this narrative? Bama Bo is in the hot seat. Why don't you like the narrative? Bob Smitty, you good. You back here now. It's all good. We got bigger fish to fry. Bama Bo, why don't you like this quote unquote narrative? All right, we got to put him on the timer. Count from 15, y'all. Because I feel like people are just wasting time today. Count from 15. We going to get an answer out of you one way or another. Why don't you like this narrative? Tell him something, Joe. Damn, they counting fast as fuck. Hey, shooters, get ready. I'm entitled to my opinion. And I'm entitled to, in my stream, challenge your opinion for you to explain it. The timer ain't stopping for that. So, you know, it's your fate. So you're entitled to opinion. Yes, fine, great. And I'm entitled to challenge your opinion to get a clarification. You refuse to clarify and explain it for anybody, then, you know, it's the same rules. What's your final answer? You refuse to explain it? I just like to roll with what it says on paper, bro. All right. Decided, is that an L? Is that a justifiable hot seat victory? He says I like to roll with what it says on paper, bro. These dudes are full of shit. So, okay, when it says that Canelo beat Erislandy Lara 117 to 111, when it says that Canelo beat Triple G on paper, that's what it says. So you agree with whatever it says on paper. That's what you're telling me, huh? So Triple G had a draw with Canelo, the first fight. You know, Andre Ward beat Kovalev. You know, so you wouldn't cry over Kovalev losing then. Okay, what about Kovalev? Who won Kovalev Ward? The first one. Kovalev Ward, who won? I had it a draw. Block him. The fans already gave him an L. He said it was a draw, but he says he agrees with whatever it says on paper. So I've proven that you're a liar, because on paper it said that Andre Ward beat him. 3 judges had Andre Ward winning. Now you just had something else. So then that means you're lying. You said I like to go with whatever it says on paper. So I proved that you're a liar, because you had the score something different than what actually happened. They can't, I'm telling you, they can't beat me with these dumbass games, bro. We gonna get to the bottom of it. He talking about, oh, I go with whatever it says on paper. Okay. You want to play technical? I got you. He says, I go with whatever it says on paper, but hey, on paper it says Andre Ward won. So how did you have it a draw? You should have just been like, oh, and see that, and the reason he's really caught up, because you said you like to go with whatever it says on paper, and you had it a draw. So why couldn't Andre Ward have won? You know, why is it inconceivable that he could have won an extra round that you may have given to Kovalev? Do you get what I'm saying? Bro, these dudes, I told you they can't fuck with me. Not in 2019. I mean, not in previous years too, but we feeling good. You know, so you're going to stand by that it was a draw when the difference between a draw and a 12-round fight and somebody winning is 1 round. So it's inconceivable that Andre Ward picked up a round that you didn't score for him and you stand by your draw, but then you say you like to go off of what the paper says. All right. Lie detector test determined that was a lie. Just like this Lomachenko shit. Oh, I don't like this narrative. See, these dudes are so they're so desperate that they say I don't like this narrative. It's not even a narrative. It's a fact. I just literally showed you. He fought. Here's something that some of y'all don't know. I know my shit, bro. Vasily Lomachenko of the Ukraine fought against Jose Ramirez. Here's a little ego fun fact. His pro debut was against a guy named Jose Ramirez, but it's not the Jose Ramirez that is a WBC champion. However, the WBC champion, Jose Ramirez, at 140, who's getting ready to fight in Fresno coming up, fought Lomachenko too in this tournament. Part of his 6 fights in this WSB tournament, one was Jose Ramirez, and it was a close fight. Lomachenko won it, but you know, there's conflicting opinions on who won. And recently, Jose Ramirez said he would love to, he said it multiple times, but recently he said it, he would love to fight Lomachenko again. Fight Hub asked what's the name, Bob Arum, about it, and Bob Arum says Lomachenko at 140 is a stretch. So we can't see a grudge match from the amateurs with a champion, Jose Ramirez, if he wins in Fresno with Lomachenko, because that's pushing Lomachenko too far, because he's really a featherweight. That's what Bob Arum said. You know, and these people, oh, I don't like that narrative. It's not a narrative. Everything I said was factual. I even showed you guys. See, this is boxing is so much better when you come to a channel like mine and curb your emotions. Whether you're rooting for a guy, or they're the same race as you, same age, from the same place as you like the way they dress, like the way they talk, like the way they fight. If you curb all of that and look at the facts, boxing on my channel becomes a lot greater and a lot better. It's a more enjoyable experience. If you can't curb that and be realistic, then this is not going to be a channel for you. You get what I'm saying? Because he's talking about, I don't like this narrative. It's not a narrative. I just showed you. I showed you in proof, you know, in written language, in English, what I just said. I'm not just a narrative, and maybe my linguistics are off. But when I think of a narrative, I'm thinking of somebody's like personal take on what happened. This is not a narrative when I just showed you, and you can go look. There's pictures. The video of Lomachenko and Jose Ramirez is on YouTube. You can watch it. So it's not a narrative. This actually happened. And it happened as I said it happened, and I showed you. So you have ample with this great big thing called the intranet. You have this big web. That's why I like that. Web. World Wide Web. You can find all of these things. You can educate your own self. You can go to Google. I'm sure they got somebody that took pictures. I know for a fact, unless they took it down, the video's up on YouTube. He's talking about it's a narrative, but I just showed you. I did the homework for you. So you don't have to take my word for it, but you can do further research. How is this a narrative? You know, a narrative, I think of like a cop trying to piece together a crime, and or a DA, and they're giving their rendition of what happened and they weren't there or something. That's kind of like a narrative, like Snoop Dogg on a murder trial for how a shooting happened, and then the DA is telling the court how Snoop did it, but they weren't even fucking there. You know, that's their narrative, and that's their spin on why it happened, and you know how it played out. What I just gave you was fact. That wasn't no narrative. That wasn't my personal spin on it. I didn't just say, oh yeah, Lomachenko has 6 fights and he didn't really have 6 fights. You get what I'm saying? Like, I showed you like how to get to this information. Stop playing with me. Anyway, gang, we just working. 2019, I told you gonna be a surgical summer, you know. Don Marco. I'm not really worried about Jacobs versus Triple G. Don't know where Triple G is gonna go in terms of PBC or Dazn. And Jacobs has to get past Canelo, vice versa. So no real reason to talk about a Triple G Jacobs rematch. Narrative, a spoken or written account of connected events, a story. Yeah, but words can be used loosely. He says, I don't like this narrative. Like basically I don't like your rendition or your version of what's going on. That doesn't make sense when I just showed you. But you know, you tried. I'll let the boy. Thank you. I have to get back to these renovations. You know, life has been busy. Are you excited about the B2K reunion tour coming up in March? Ego. Absolutely. Gotta be your everything. It's not my way to talk to strangers, but I feel like I already know you. Yeah, I want to see that with Omarion and all them. Bump, bump, bump. That is all I want to see. Bump, bump, bump. I know that you want it, girl. Yep, I'm juiced about that B2K shit. Lil Fizz and all them. Yep, shout out to all them. I need a girlfriend. Next question. I'm out, man. Y'all gonna ask me this crazy shit. I can't wait for B2. Bump, bump, bump. Yeah, B2K, shout out to them. I'll let the boy. The Millennium Tour. Y'all getting y'all asses whooped this